Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Under an umbrella, per se, Disney, they have so many different types of artwork and stories, and it is from the story, it is from that foundation of where this cartoon came from, why it evolved, and why is it so popular that the movie didn't really make a lot of money, but the product sales did. It elevated that to make the movie have a part one, part two, or a series. It's the end consumer that makes that bridge happen. So if you start a brand and you build this the foundation for the bridge, it will eventually lead those consumers to go over the bridge and to want more. They want more. They enter it, they pay this price, a ticket to get to that end of the bridge and to experience more and more that comes from your imagination. So I'm trying to build that bridge with my characters after you see an incomplete bridge and you're like, what happened? She was on the roll and it stopped. So my art therapy is the tools that are rebuilding that bridge, if it makes sense. So when family came first, I had to halt from building that bridge and stop and go back home. The journey now is to finish the bridge and take you guys along with me in a journey that began long, long ago. And so, how am I going to share this journey with you if it only stops at the tools? So, for example, like one part of the bridge is Pandyland, another part of the bridge is Sakura, another one, the you know the flooring is Enviro Babies. Pride of Hawaii is the handles. So, how am I going to allow people to cross the bridge completely if they don't really know the story and why the reason why they want to cross that bridge step by step? So, in order for me, I had to really brainstorm this. And with every format, with every product, there was a story behind it. So, but every story has a purpose, and it's kind of like this remote, right? It's a product. It's Roku or a Fire Stick. It's an Apple TV remote, and each of these brands, Fire Stick, Roku, Apple TV, has another branding. Netflix, Prime, Disney Plus, Hulu. There's, those complete brands on here, and then you go into, you turn it on, and this is kind of like my bridge, you click one part of the bridge and comes the story of Prime, and comes the story of Disney Plus, comes the story of Netflix. And Netflix has so many good stories. Oh my goodness, Hulu has so many good stories. It's a collection of ideas from different writers in different movies and different genres and different, is it fiction? Is it fantasy? Is it nonfiction? Biographies? Is it a cartoon? Is it 3D? Is it 2D? Is it hand drawn? So many stories, and especially YouTube has its own. Also, I don't understand why YouTube isn't on here, but I digress. My bridge is building, and this is part of the tool, and each button can go forward or backwards or halt. It's up to me on transferring that vision, that imagination to your mind. And in order for you to go through my bridge into my neighborhood, I have to show you more than just one product, more than just one product, which is like a coloring book or my book or a bookmarker or a sticker. It goes beyond that. It goes beyond that. So, how do I convey a story with each product? So, I'm going to put in some cookie crumbs to show you where this story is leading. And each crumb, you're going to pick it up and you're going to enjoy it, and you're going to go into a world, a magical world where you will feel where I'm coming from visually and in my own imagination. And can I do that if these products are just products? So there's a way to do it, and I figured it out in each of my products. For example, and let me put my microphone back so that you can hear me when I pick up my book. So each book, and I figured this out late last night, each book has a scene, and it's really, my imagination is like so vivid when it comes to a picture. Like a picture spells 1,000 words. It's just, it's an author can write a story and convey in words and literary arts what you're going through in this journey, in your imagination, in your your brain synapses, and you read it, it goes into your mind, and you have the ability to go into that thought process of the author of whatever they're thinking about, of the chapters, of the journey, of the path, of the past, of the future, of the present. And to see an author also become an illustrator is far beyond magical, because we also, as visual artists, have a literary sense as well, to bring forth what we're thinking and writing it down, either in a book or a journal or typing it out. I usually start off with just writing and or typing, and then convey it into an audiobook, or talking about it in picture books. And I also want to bring in the thought process of a child, where once we begin reading, we look at picture books and we're in awe of the colors and the design and the look and the feel of each character, each tree, each bird, each sky color, each mood, lighting, everything. So we bring all of that together. And how am I going to convey this? How am I going to create the tool for you to cross the bridge into my imagination? So I figured out during the pandemic, I found it very interesting that when we went to the restaurants, that you got a menu on the table and there was a code. It just so fascinating how we were so scared of just touching anything because we were for fear of the virus. And those codes, we just took our phones, we took our phones and we turned on the camera and we scanned these codes. And these codes are so important because it shares, the QR code shares. So let me go into, for example, I'm working on my website here. Let me go into google.com. And by the way, google.com, my goodness, it has so much to do with AI. And I'm not afraid. Building an AI app with my software partner, we built an app that was called Pals AI, and it was phenomenal. We stopped it because there's so many updates and it just took so much data, and data is key here. It just was very, detail, and we were ahead of the game. We were ahead. We called it Pals AI because it was artificial intelligence based app with my characters in it, and it was very interesting because we were in parallel with Google at the time because I was presenting at a STEAM conference for Sweetwater Unified High School District, and I was bringing up the app that I created because it had to do with STEAM and arts. And the head of Google came, and I don't know what he's doing now, but he drove in his Tesla, and everybody's like, "Wow, a Tesla!" And he, at the time, Tesla was wow, amazing, and he parked it remotely, and he showed the students. They were like, "Wow, that's great, that's amazing." And so we were just I was just thinking, what is his presentation? And so his presentation involved stick figures. And I was like, I am so way ahead of that. I am doing 3D match with AWS, Amazon, and Google was not even caught up with that. So AWS at the time was coming up, and now it's beyond. So let me see here. It's called Google QR code generator. And what I'm doing here is I'm sharing my thought process and sharing my experiences, because each artist, each author, each creative content developer or designer or whatever you call yourself, you can create this too. It's not something that's a surprise. It's not a mystery. It's all of this technology is out there. Okay, it says here, and I'm going to read exactly what it says on my computer here. To share QR code in Google Chrome, navigate to the page you want to share. Click the three dots on the top right corner and select create QR code. This will generate a QR code that can be downloaded, copied, and scanned by your device. And so I created this already, and here it is. And this is my QR code. And I don't know if you can see that well. But obviously this QR code means so much because it goes into my website, and that will, it's kind of like a ticket to my neighborhood. It's a ticket to go over the bridge, but the bridge actually has the cookie crumbs in it. And when I finally fix that bridge and complete the bridge, that bridge will be creating a lot more stories and content on that site. And that will be the main tool to go into the wonderful world of Dr. Zhivago's neighborhood. Just like everybody else, Disney has a website. Um, any brand has a website, and anyone can be a brand. Anyone. You are a brand. You are a number, actually. You have a social security number, you have a telephone number, etc. You have data. Now, when you create your QR code, you got to be very careful because some of these have spam in it, and they're on the side part, they have like, create your QR code, but you got to pay for it. No, you got to go to the actual website that has the QR codes. So let's see. Okay. Chrome Web Store. No, see, there are some fakes up in here. Okay, let's see if this one is the one. QR code generator. Oh no. See, they also have a Play Store where you can download download. So you got to go into your workspace marketplace. Hold on. So you got to look at who develops, like, for example, this is the workplace marketplace, and they have this Google QR area where it's like an app QR code generator, and it's by AnyMerge. No, that's not the company. We want to go directly to Google. I guess Canva has one, a QR code generator. Okay, back in the day, somewhere back in the line with Chrome OS and desktop Chrome, where the QR codes in Chrome OS now, you need to open a context menu, right click for 2-finger click on the web page itself, and then you'll see the option there in the context menu. No idea on why this was changed or what their future plans are, but this is the way to do it for now. Huh? That's interesting. Wow, you got to go into Google products and it will give you a whole lineup of all of their Google products and services. So you got Nest, Google News, Google One, Google Play. No wonder PewDiePie was talking about how he was deactivating himself on Google. And I just don't understand that, because you need a Google account, a Gmail account to have a YouTube AdSense. So he's not really necessarily 100% off of Google. Some of these Google products I really like Waze, Google Waze. It has this function where you can basically travel, and then it'll tell you where the accidents are, and that really helped us when we were doing our travels in our RV. Okay, in order for you to make a QR code for your website, you have to go on the website, and then you've got to right click on your mouse, and then it will pop up create a QR code. And that QR code will actually be printed. You can screenshot that and then download it as a PNG, and then put it on your whatever product you want to put it on. Okay, so that is how you create the QR code, and that is how I created mine, but mine doesn't have the dinosaur in it. So how do you remove, what is the dinosaur? I mean, let's ask that. Why does a Google QR code have a dinosaur? It's already been asked. Is there a way to remove the dinosaur from a Google QR code? The answer is that's the Chrome branding. Okay. Someone wrote in, if you want to edit the picture and cover the dino with white, it'll still work. Really? It's the Chrome branding. If you want to edit the picture and cover the dino, it'll still work. Okay. According to the Chrome designer Sebastian Gabriel, the prehistoric theme was very deliberate. The idea of Endless Runner as an Easter egg with the "You Are Offline" page was born. What? Okay, so now let's play a game here. You right click and you created your QR code. That's my QR code from the Google Chrome. Now it says that you can strategically disable the dinosaur by erasing it. Let's see if I can paint this white and get rid of this color. Okay, I'm gonna scan this. I got rid of the dinosaur, and I'm going to have my daughter scan it on her phone and see if she could go onto my website with this QR code. Because if you create a free QR code on Google Chrome, and it also always has this funny looking dinosaur on it, and it said on the Reddit that they said that if you scan it without the freaky dinosaur, it works. Cool. Okay. Is it just supposed to be that? Okay. So that means that it does work, but that was just for the banner. So I'm going to click on the website itself, because I think I clicked on the banner. And if you click on the white part of your page, okay, there it is. I'm going to download it looks totally different. Less QR codey. I'm going to download, and it has to have the website on it. Okay, so it does have www.drzhivago.us. And if I want to just do the picture, Okay, let's say I want to do the banner. So what I got to do is I got to right click on the banner. So oh yes, so the address is down there, and that's what the QR code is. So it does work. Game changer, game changer. Okay, yes. So I can create, but you have the mouse to do this, I guess. Let me see if I could do it without the mouse. Oh no, you gotta have a mouse. With your mouse, maybe shift. Ooh, okay, so with your mouse, I gotta right click anywhere and then download it, and then I can create the QR code without the baby dinosaur in it, because that's just so weird. All right, so now I've got the without the dinosaur, erase the dinosaur. I'm using my graphic program to remove the baby dinosaur. I guess you could put whatever in the middle, right? Maybe you could make it your own logo in the middle there instead of the baby dinosaur. Oh, try one more time, please. Okay, here it is. Okay, she's. Ooh!
Yeah.
And she see it's on there, and it shows. I'm like, okay, wonderful. Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks.
Goodbye. I'll be back later.
Okay, so that means in the center of the QR code, you could probably put in your logo to make it look authentic. So what this means is I can generate my QR code specifically for images and specifically for my website by just right clicking on the website to share the story a little bit more deeply and more authentically. And with that said, I have all of these. For example, I have all of these because I'm creating a coloring book. That's a lot of ink to print, that's a lot of money. Ink is money. And so when I create this coloring book, you could scan a QR code and go into the exact image or video or website to view, like, say, me reading the book, or me uh, having a YouTube link that's not on my channel, specifically for you if you bought my product. And the story kind of opens up and broadens up. It gives you an insight of what my imagination actually spells and shares, and I want to deliver this with the most authentic, the most detailed, the way I can, without having to spend a lot on ink and things like that, because digital art means so much more. You could do so many things with it, with the website. I feel like apps and websites are coming together to share whatever is on your mind. Uh, in visual and performing arts, it could be a business card like this, and it could be a specific QR code to share an event, to share fundraising, to share your story, to share your music, to share whatever you want on the world wide web. And that is why I call this Dr. Zhivago Global, delivering a bundle of love worldwide. And it doesn't just stop at one product. It doesn't just stop with a physical product. You could share this globally. You could share this in outer space. All you need is a QR code specifically. And it's just it's so profound. It's like, wow, I think, you're just opening up more abilities, not just trying to mail something physical in the USPS postal service or whatever postal service you're in your country, but all you got to do is if you do share a physical product, you can share the QR code, and that will open up more and more. And it could be free or it could be membership based. So everyone's got to make some kind of money. Everyone's got to, you've got to pay to be included in this journey. And when you buy a book, you're definitely going into that person's mind. You're helping to fund that person's imagination, right? You're helping to fund, for example, if you buy one of my products, by the way, QR code, if you buy my product, you are helping to fund this brain to create more and more amazing products. In the past, you have funded Hello Kitty, and they have a barcode, but now this is old actually. This was produced in China, $3.95. This was produced in 2009. Okay, and it says here 1976 is when they evolved. So it does have for copyright 1976, 2009 when this actual thing was manufactured. And this is so cute. It's got little stickers here, and I can't compete with China made items. It's so cute. It has like a little card here. I haven't opened it, and it's got like Hello Kitty here, and I guess you can include stickers, and it's kind of like an art activity kit. And it's so cute. It's $4 for this whole item, and you're actually helping to fund an imagination coming from this manufacturer or this store, and you're buying the product. It's making you happy. It's art therapy. All right. So anyways, this is another video that I am presenting to you on how you can create your QR code to tell a story, and each QR code from each creator is unique to its own, and there is free ways to do it. Freeways. Oh, that's a great tab. Freeways. Anyways, I hope to see you soon. Stay tuned. I love you all so much, neighbors. Stay calm, stay motivated, stay, art is therapy. I love you all so much. God bless. Bye-bye.